This is day 2 of the ValueJet preseason tournament. Monday, but make it Derby Day. Welcome along everyone to this broadcast. It's the first game of the day, match day 2 of the 2026 ValueJet Cup. And it's also the first time in which Shooting Stars are taken onto the pitch for this 2026 edition. For Sporting Lagos, it is their second time taken onto the pitch. Shooting Stars versus Sporting Lagos, Southwest Derby. This is the 2026 ValueJet Preseason Cup tournament, right and live from the Remo Star Stadium in Ikene. It's a case of two sides who, you might go on to say, know each other very well. Maybe Shooting Stars know Sporting Lagos, but Sporting Lagos might not know Shooting Stars because they are the side that got them relegated in Ibadan last time, in which Sporting Lagos were in the top flight of Nigerian league football. Speaking of playing on the top flight scene, Shooting Stars have moved a step further just last season, getting continental ticket for the very first time in 27 years. While for Sporting Lagos, they are only dreaming of maintaining their league status for next season. You might go on to say this is a clear case of contrasting fortunes, but the fortunes are really nice for Sporting Lagos. Back in the NPFL, the fortunes more nice for Sporting Lagos, for Shooting Stars, who are on the continent. But fortunes never smiled on their coach, who is now a former coach, Nurudeen Aweroro, not available for this preseason tournament after what many described as a shocking news from Ibadan. No Nurudeen Aweroro, but there is Ali Kandel for Shooting Stars. For Sporting Lagos, Jeffrey Boutte is still in the mix, but the referee in the mix for this fixture has gotten this match day 2, first game of the day underway. Shooting Stars versus Sporting Lagos. My name is Michael Imiab and I've got the pleasure of doing this alongside Samuel Bamishebi. We'll be taking you through the games, but before you hear the voice of Samuel, let's quickly go through the starting lineup for the two teams. For Shooting Stars, Lawal Mustafa is in goal. Dali Fake is involved. Desmond Mansour Aliyu, Olakunle Akala, Jamiu Amzad, Abdulaziz Dalatu, the newly signed player, alongside Kalu Nweke, formerly of Yimba, Lucky Emmanuel, Tahir Abubakar, and Sadiq Ibrahim, an attacker that ensured that Shooting Stars got continental ticket last season. For Sporting Lagos, it appears like a much changed side. A totally new 11 compared to yesterday's team that defeated Remo Stars by 3-1. In goal, spotted with jersey number 50 is Usman Mohamed, Sadiq Ayuade, Abdullahi Raki, Miobo Azibato, Chidera Okafo, Tanumo Kalio, Kelvin Unege, Isaac Ano, Ugu Valentine, Joel Ajibola, Aliyu Baba. Aliyu Baba was involved yesterday against Remo Stars. On the substitutes bench for Sporting Lagos, we've got Uche Zochuku, Nasir Abdullahi, Saliu Babatumba, Adigu Lukman, Daniel Abo, Usman Baji, Abraham Idako, Otushino Olasukomi, and Shukura Ozubichuku. Well, for the Oluyole Warriors on the bench is God Gift Kana, Balagade Adelowo, Isa Yusuf, newly signed, Justice Akpogolu, Tunde Aziz, Namapela James, Taufik Otaniyi, formerly of Rivers United, Albert Cover, formerly of Remo Stars, but a man who has been in the colours of Shooting Stars just last season, Kama Adegoke. For the Southwest Derby yesterday, we had 4 goals, a red card, early goal. We're also expecting this Southwest Derby to be one that would go on to linger in the minds of the whole set of fans. What are we expecting from today's game, Samuel?
I think we will certainly be expecting a lot of explosive firepower in this game amongst these two sides. Like you said, who know themselves very, very well. And I remember running commentary on that game where Sporting Lagos got relegated in 2023-2024 season in Ibadan at the Lakers Lami Stadium. That goal just Piagbara was very, very influential that season for Shooting Stars, and he made sure that Sporting Lagos went back home. But they've since gone 2 seasons and they're back now. And Jeffrey Boutte is now between and the touchline for the sides for Sporting Lagos. And he has certainly ensured that this side looks like they are ready to compete in the coming season. He's retained 5 of the players who started yesterday, remain in the starting lineup. A few other who came on as substitutes are now starting the game today. Some players totally rested, not in the squad, like Haruna Adi, who many would have expected to see today. I mean, the fans should know that this preseason they won't get to see him every time, but certainly Chidera Kafo is in the game. Usman Mohammed, Sadiq Kayade, Aliyu Baba all start today. Kevin Inenge, Joel Ajibola came from the bench yesterday alongside Isaac Ano. All 3 are now starting the game today. So it's just Jeffrey trying to test the relationship with these guys and see what works best for the side.
Interesting to see Sporting Lagos bring the changes in this game. Just in case you're just joining the broadcast, we've got Sporting Lagos who are playing from right to left, while Shooting Stars are playing from left to right in their all-blue jersey. Shooting Stars are coming through now from the far left-hand side. 4 minutes on the clock. A goal kick will come easily the way of Sporting Lagos. Usman Mohammed. Getting set, just as we've seen from various teams this season. They always want to play out from the back, but this time around the Shooting Stars gets possession of the ball. Galifake goes all the way back, trying to quickly bring in play his own teammate who goes for the corner easily, and that's speaking of Aziz Dalatu. It's interesting to see what Dalatu will bring to the side. There is no Ayobami Jr. and many are tipping Dalatu to have a very, very good season with the Shooting Stars. The 2026 President's Tournament of this Valley Jet Cup, just as the name implies, is being sponsored proudly by Nigeria's finest airline company, Value Jet. Shooting Stars now coming with high press, and Sporting Lagos are looking at beating their press, but it doesn't come through now with Shooting Stars having a chance to each strike. And Sporting Lagos clearing their lines quickly. Desmond going hard and long. Jalatu doesn't get through. Free kick, Sporting Lagos. Free kick is taken very quick and fast. That's Kalio wins a free kick for his own side now. Urging his teammate to go forward. Is Sadiq Ayuade. Ball back now to Sadiq. I've got 2 Sadiq on the pitch, one a defender, and the other an attacker. So we'll see who would outdo the other in this game. Usman Mohammed, goalkeeper, Sporting Lagos, goes short infield. The ball is well controlled now, trying to find Azib Batu. ball now. Goes it all the way back for Desmond, who will quickly find Galifake. Ghosting infield Galifake like he always do. The offensive Galifake is one of the finest right back you would see in the country. Has renewed his contract with Shooting Stars. Galifake coming off short in that challenge alongside Kelvin Ngenge. Now Galifake captains Shooting Stars in today's game. As he did in some couple of games last season. Kalum Weke, newly signed, announced yesterday by Shooting Stars. The intricate pass is good to the left hand side. The cross is heavy, not good.
I think it's really interesting to see how the maturity of this Sporting Lagos boys shows today in the game against Shooting Stars. A lot of people said maybe Remo Stars have fallen off the height that people knew of them, so the game was not as electric as they would have expected it to be for Sporting Lagos. And Remo Stars are quite rebuilding at the moment. They are in the second division, and you can understand a lot of trialists in there, while Sporting Lagos have gotten most of their signings in already. So this game is really crucial because both sides have signed a lot of players, even up until yesterday, like you mentioned. There's also Albert Kova, who is somewhere here with Shooting Stars, also recently signed. So, I mean, lots and lots of signing, but the maturity of Sporting Lagos players is what I would like to see today. They've done well in terms of wanting to build from the back and keeping possession, which is how Jeffrey wants to play. But how can they build and withhold the pressure from the Shooting Stars side?
That is where the tactical know-how of Jeffrey comes to play in this game. And if you go on to speak to Jeffrey, he will tell you that no matter the play on the pitch, the identity of Sporting Lagos, the identity of his own philosophical style of football is what he wants to see. But seeing the ball now, he's Shooting Stars with a chance. Striking one, Dalatu again. But Usman Mohammed is right on cue. But play has been called back for offside. As we approach the first 10 minutes of this game, still Shooting Stars nil, Sporting Lagos nil. Again, Shooting Stars will try to press high. Sporting Lagos will try to build up from the back. No panic, no pressure. Sporting Lagos now in possession. Usman Mohammed goes long this time. Getting the ball is Galifake. Flicking it on now. Referee says no problem with this one. The strike will come. Usman Mohammed is right on cue to pick up the pieces of that ball after that shot from Sadiq Ibrahim. Shooting Stars getting possession, Sporting Lagos losing possession. Dalatu goes long! Oh wow, that was very, very close.
Shooting Stars have shown that they can strike a ball if they get the opportunity. Sadiq Ibrahim earlier on testing the goalkeeper from far. And now this time with Dalatu, I love the way the player just got away from him and just looking to find the top corner and making it difficult for Usman Mohammed. Now here's where the pressing comes in handy. When Sporting Lagos, a team wants to build from behind. If you are a team that presses very high and you can keep your shape during the press, it's quite very, very important, and that's what Shooting Stars have done. They've made sure that Sporting Lagos can't get out of their own half. And the last 5 minutes have really been played in the half of Sporting Lagos, which is very, very important. And if it continues this way, you won't bet against some Shooting Stars getting a goal.
Rightly so, and maybe you can argue that due to the change in personnel from this Sporting Lagos team, maybe the philosophy of trying to build up from the back, maybe these fringe players really do not understand it. But understanding how to strike a ball will be Kalu Weke, who's standing on this free kick for Shooting Stars. He's got in company his own teammate, but Kalu would try to bring in an in-swinger, strike straight at goal, but just side netting would amount to nothing. Shot off target. As Usman Mohammed is trying to have words with Sadiq Ayuade. Maybe they are trying to get their act together when it comes to building up from the back. Pressing long now is still Shooting Stars this time around. Sporting Lagos are trying to successfully build out with Ayoade now in possession. This time they done it pretty well. Okafor for Sporting Lagos, back to Usman Mohamed. Still trying to play that from the back. Comes straight back now for Sadiq Ibrahim, who was staring in an offside position.
Mike, they're having difficulties playing from the back. Shooting Stars are closing them down as quickly as possible, giving them no breathing space. And this is the first time in like the last 3 minutes that they've been able to pass the halfway line. Shooting Stars have ensured they are pegged back completely, and the number of unforced errors is absolutely outrageous from Sporting Lagos. But it's expected, really.
And it's just a dozen of minutes we've played, and the number of unforced errors has really been high. As the referee has called play back in this proceeding, and there is a little bit of trouble for Shooting Stars man Mansour Ali. As we would look at again on replay, that long range effort from the PS Dalatu before Kalum Weke struck his own free kick just off target.
I see some fans of Sporting Lagos saying it's time for revenge, after Sporting Lagos were sent to relegation by Shooting Stars. But I think it's still early days. This is just pre-season. The tournament proper is coming. The derbies are coming very soon, and they will know if it's time for revenge or not. And just to take some of your comments, Daniel says, let's go Sporting. Bukola says, let's go Shooting Stars. David says, we go easily beat these 3 SC people. Okay. And as Dami says, go Shooting. And so many Shooting Stars fans here. Miracle says, go Sporting. And in the poll which we have put for you, which team will score the first goal? So far, among 55 of you, there has been 71% who believe that Shooting Stars will score the first goal, and 28% believe that Sporting Lagos will score the first goal. So it's left to be seen, Mike.
It's left to be seen who will score the first goal. But for now, based on what we've seen of the first 14 minutes of action, it appears Shooting Stars. But this time, Aliyu with a long ball forward now. Sporting Lagos! Oh, these boys can play!
Oh my!
Against the run of play, Sporting Lagos have the first goal of this game. Joel Ajibola drilling the ball low and hard after a very, very good cross across the face of goal from Aliyu Baba. And the pass was really good. Left flat-footed. The defensive pairing of Shooting Stars had no answer to that. Goalkeeper was rushing out. Lawal Mustafa, eyeball to eyeball alongside the goal scorer in Joel Ajibola. Ajibola said, thank you. I would gracefully put this into the back of the net. First quarter of the hour, it's Shooting Stars 0, Sporting Lagos 1 against the run of play, just as we saw yesterday where Rivers United were doing all of the play. Abiaras got the first goal this time, Shooting Stars all of the football, Sporting Lagos the first goal. How good of a goal was that in terms of how Sporting Lagos really do want to play?
Fantastic goal, I have to say. Full marks to Joel Ajibola. He was a thorn in the flesh yesterday for Remo Stars when he came on as well, always trying to make those runs. And this time, in the center of the box, good way to shift position alongside Aliyu Baba, who is always constantly making those runs on the shoulder and the back of defenders. And that's how he got Olisa Emmanuel sent off yesterday with one of those kind of runs. But this time, I told people last season when this man was playing, wasn't scoring too many goals. I said, Aliyu Baba is a creative striker. It might not be a position of play that exists now, but he's a creative striker. He runs into those positions that gives the number 8, the winger, a chance to enter into the number 9 position. And look at the pass. He's got 2 assists in this competition already. No goals, but he's got 2 assists. So Jeffrey will be proud of that. Sporting Lagos fans will be proud of that. And the 71 people who stood by Shooting Stars, sorry, credit to the 28% who stood by Sporting Lagos to get the first goal. Brilliant goal, Mike.
It really was a brilliant goal from the Sporting Lagos team, and that is exactly what I was saying about. Doesn't matter the personnel, as long as you can show, you can exhibit the way the Jeffrey Bretters ball Jeffrey's ball in full flow here in Ikene. Just as they did yesterday, they got the first goal early in the game. This time also they've gotten another early goal in the Southwest Derby pre-season tournament, Valley Jet Cup 2026. Sadiq Ibrahim was trying to bring in play his own teammate to the right-hand side in Lucky Emmanuel. Lucky wasn't lucky enough to connect to that ball. Shooting Stars now. They've gotten all to do. Well, if the start is anything to go by, maybe starts are like skirt, doesn't show enough things. If the starts are anything to go by, Sporting Lagos are yet to lose a game to the 2026 Valley Jets Cup when they go ahead to score first. It's just a game. It's just a game. But one thing is sure, we're about to see a breathtaking next minutes of action in this game. Going long now, Shooting Stars. Forward for Lucky Emmanuel, too heavy. Sporting Lagos would get a throw-in in this game. Okafor to throw for his side. Sporting Lagos relinquishing possession. Getting it now will be Lucky Emmanuel. Lucky Emmanuel has got a 1v1 situation to make do with. Defending was really good from Sporting Lagos there. Taking his time, zero panic. Spreading the ball now to quickly find Joel Ajibola. Back now for his own teammate. Oh, dribble really nice, but stop play. Throwing Sporting Lagos. Valentine Ugu takes the throw in quickly. Okafor. Usman Mohamed. Sporting Lagos now in possession. Oh, brilliant pass. Defense split in one. Aliyu is locking one more time. Still Aliyu has got a chance to strike at goal. But just a bit off target. While we've got Ajibola also making another run. So it appears like the communication and understanding between Ajibola and Aliyu, who is captaining the side for today's game, appears to be very, very strong. Going strong now is Sporting Lagos in terms of defending, as the Shooting Stars gets a throw-in from the far right-hand side. Tai losing possession to Sporting Lagos, getting it back now, coming forward, quickly turning defense to attack. Valentine Ugu. Valentine beating one, but he has just a beat his effort. Well wide.
He had a goal yesterday as well against the Remo Stars. A beautiful caller, one that stands as a contender for the goal of the tournament as it stands. But the defense of Shooting Stars are in 6s and 7s at the moment. They are running for the same ball. They're running beyond the ball. They're having a problem defending. They've been good in terms of build-up and playing against the press of Sporting Lagos. I'm trying to find the right words here. But at the same time, I think it's quite important to note how poor they've been defensively, because Sporting Lagos are able to beat every of the high lines. And the most interesting part is the understanding of whichever attacker plays with Aliyu Baba. They know when he's going to run, and they know that they should just stay in the center. So Baba just roams across the whole front three and is able to make those runs. I think Shooting Stars have a problem, and they need to sort it out at the back.
They've got to sort it out at the back. We understand that the last time in which they played a friendly game, the defensive centre-back pairings had problems. One, the right centre-back, one as someone posited was in Nasarawa, the other was in Yobe, and they were moving against each other. Galifake quickly finds Lucky Emmanuel now for a chance for Shooting Stars to get the equalizer. It's quickly cleared off by Sporting Lagos, coming straight now for Dalatu. Referee says no problem, please continue play. It's taking their time now. Sporting Lagos looking to find their own teammate, Ajibola. Intricate passes. But still Sporting Lagos. I'm really impressed with the way Sporting Lagos do not panic when they are in possession. Always trying to find that nearest player, always trying to move the ball real quick and fast. Okafor. Usman Mohammed. Back to Okafor. This time the pass is really good, locating Valentine Ugu. Valentine Ugu spreading it for Ajibola. Can he run through to the ball? It does keep the ball in play. Ajibola crosses a shot. Has been defended there by Desmond, who has Mustafa, who has rode the ball to his own teammate. Looking to get it. They does get the ball now. Would like to strike one. But Nenge wasn't really good with his efforts on that one.
I think he just hurried that shot. Could have taken an extra touch and taken his time. And Shooting Stars wanted to start play very quickly there. And as a result of that, just got caught in too many green shirts around them. And they need to do better, but they've been good in build-up.
Build-up good. Dalatu, Lucky Emmanuel. Oh, wow! That was fizzling away. 1 minute I was thinking that was going to fizzle into the back of the net. Lucky Emmanuel gets a good applause from his teammate Dalatu. What a chance that was. Dalatu has been lively, I must add.
Very.
His lanky position here reminds me of Alex Oyowa, the way he plays, but Lucky Emmanuel lucky with that shot. That was a good effort from Lucky Emmanuel. But Sporting Lagos will not be deterred. They would continue their style of play, building out from the back. Usman Mohammed. He's got the ball to the right back positioning. All the player sleeps. Allowing Kalu Weke to own possession now. Going long for Sadiq Ibrahim and Lucky Emmanuel. Still Sporting Lagos. Valentine Ugu has lost possession of Galifake, who has inverted into the midfield. Still Galifake. Dalatu! Should he be doing better? Are you sure? I mean, you play football, maybe.
No, Mike, I mean, it's a chance like that Valentine turned into a goal yesterday. Laid down on the plate from Galifake. I think he hurried the shot. He really could have just taken a bit of the time and picked the far right-hand corner.
But from the corner, right-hand side, coming through a Sporting Lagos, who, like they've done all 24 minutes of football, always taking their time, not rushing their decision-making, mostly in the game. Referee has no problem with that. Kalum Weke in possession for Shooting Stars now. But somehow, Mansour Aliyu has decided to waste that ball away for a throw-in that would now come in favor of Sporting Lagos. The throw-in is taken. Pass is good. Ayuade. Finding Okafor. Valentine Ugu, newly signed. Valentine, ghosting infield. The pass is really good. Another shot now! It's into the back of the net! Boy! From long range, Sporting Lagos doubled their lead. Kalio on his new signing debut game for this side. It doesn't jubilate formally of Shooting Stars. Sporting Lagos always have that knack. Previously, yesterday it was Aruna Adi against his former side in Remo Stars. This time, Kalio against his former side in Shooting Stars. The stars are now shining for these two teams. But shining on the big stage of this Valley Jet Pre-Season Cup tournament. Kalio, brilliant strike, doesn't jubilate. But on another day, that strike is worthy of a jubilation. What a pitch of a goal, Samuel.
What a hit. What an absolutely crazy hit that was. And two new signings combining Valentine and getting it to Kalio. I think what's even more important and interesting here is the fact that Sporting Lagos have shown that they want to give us bangers in this competition. Yesterday, Valentine. Today, Kalio. That hit was what more than 1,000 decibels in terms of sound. And the celebration from the fans and not Kalio himself. I'm sure he would have loved to celebrate that if it was a league game. But what a hit. What a goal. And Shooting Stars, yes, again, just can't keep the ball away from Sporting Lagos.
Well, interestingly, all the goal scorers thus far in this game are all new signings, even for Sporting Lagos. Well, we spoke about the build-out play from Sporting Lagos in the early minutes of this game. And I think they've sorted that out. Now after that conversation between Usman Mohammed and Ayu Ade, I think they've sorted that out, and now they are building out from the back. And that build out from the back, Sporting Shooting Stars do not have answers. And in the final third, they are struggling. Galifake, Dalatu, coming through now for his side. Still Galifake, rolling it long. Usman Mohammed will not have a problem with that. Shooting Stars nil, Sporting Lagos 2 as we approach the half-hour mark. Previously, we spoke about Sporting Lagos scoring against the run of play, not doing the play. But this time around, that second goal was really good that they were in possession. But Lucky Emmanuel now will try to dribble infield. Still Lucky Emmanuel. Low cross, amounts to nothing. Ajibola now going forward for Sporting Lagos. Now in possession, midfield area. Sporting Lagos coming through, rolling it to the right hand side. Routes it forward now. Ajibola with a chance to score again. Oh wow! The flag wasn't up. Ajibola has just decided to drag the ball wide. That's a huge miss. That could have been game, set, and match.
At this early stage in 30 minutes, that's absolutely crazy, because how Shooting Stars, like you said, have been unable to curb Sporting Lagos playing from the back. They fixed playing from the back, like you said already, Mike and Mai. They've now worked on the transitioning. Look at that pass. Look at the pass. Brilliant. And guess what? It's from Baba again. It's Aliu Baba from the right-hand side this time. Picks the ball on the left, cuts inside, center lofted left-footed pass into Ajibola. I mean, what a player Aliu Baba is. You can't get more creative than that. You're playing as a number 9, but it's more like a deceitful number 9.
I mean, it's giving Hurricanes vibe, trying to drop deep and trying to help your own teammates. But boy, it has been an interesting first 30 minutes of action live from the Ramos Star Stadium in Ikene, the 2026 ValueJet preseason tournament. And I'm just going to quickly go through the live stream and see Sporting Lagos fans. I want to believe they would be somewhere really excited to see how their side have played in this tournament. But first, let's go back onto the pitch. Lucky Emmanuel for Sporting Lagos now. Long cross to the back post, but Okafor is right on cue to get the pieces of the ball for his side. On the live stream, we've got Olufemi saying that ValueJet, thank you for giving us grade A preseason tournament in Nigeria. This is the best preseason competition in Nigeria, no doubt about it. Thank you so much. And also thank you to our sponsor, ValueJet. Ire Musbao is saying Jeff Ball go reach everybody. Presley says commentary box, they find our mouth. 3SC should please play like a team ready for the continental games, please. That is coming from Dar Sopet. Voice the talker says NPFL get ready, the noisy Lagosians are back. Abidin Aziz says see keeper positioning. Voice the talker one more time mentioned again I predicted right. Bolawon, imagine parting ways with the coach that makes your dream come true. Adebayo Riyomi says David Izio, you the cook. David Ashley, we go rename 3SC to 5SC. Back on the pitch, it is still Sporting Lagos, who are on the antecedent with a 2-0 lead with 32 minutes of action played. Shooting Stars nil, Sporting Lagos 2. And at the stand, it means that Sporting Lagos have scored 5 goals thus far in 2 games. And just before the kickoff of today's first game, the standings as it stands looks this way. Sporting Lagos at 3 points, and as it stands it means they would have 6 points and they would stay top of the pile. But Lucky Emmanuel now, Galifake, back post cross, first touch is not good enough. While second on the table, Rangers International with 3 points, Abia Warriors are third, 1 point, Rivers United 1 point fourth. No point for Duma United, they are yet to play, they will be playing today. Still no point for Shooting Stars, who are already playing. Smart City also yet to play, no point. Inter Lagos played yesterday, no points, lost 1-0 to Rangers International. Remo Stars, no point, lost 3-1 to Sporting Lagos. Remo Stars, Shooting Stars, maybe if you want to play Sporting Lagos, try not to name your club side Stars. Maybe you will try to win against them in the pre-season tournament. But away from that, Sporting Lagos are looking to build out. Galifake, Lucky Emmanuel gets possession of the ball. Still Lucky Emmanuel going forward, trying to side step 1, side step 2. Doesn't get through. Okafor owning possession now for Sporting Lagos. Not getting his way was Valentine Ugu. Valentine has really been tidy in possession. Doesn't lose possession often time.
Full marks to Jeffrey Boutte on how he's made this team to play as a unit in terms of defense and attack. The one thing they've done very well is always to defend as a unit, and as such, when Shooting Star has come forward, everyone in the Sporting Lagos green jersey is tracking back, and they're constantly closing the man who's got the ball and the next man who is to receive. So they're blocking the 2 options available at that point in time. It's great defensive ability as a unit, really, and even to attack as a unit. Everyone is moving, there are options left and right, and as such, as a creative player, it's very easy for you to dominate. You know, it's very easy, especially when you also got player like Aliyu Baba roaming in front of the entire defense. It just makes it easy for Sporting Lagos, and so far it's been like maybe a first 5-minute struggle in terms of play from the back, but since then it's been 30 minutes of dominance and total control.
Shooting Stars, just like they've done all 35 minutes of football, every shot has been wayward. We're now into the final 10 minutes of action here of the first half, I must add. Callum Wake stepping up to shoot, but shooting wide yet again.
He had too much chance to shoot that way. He had too much chance, Mike. Had a lot of time, dressed the ball, and ended up blazing it over the bar. That's wayward, Mike.
You wouldn't get a better opportunity than that. So free, so wide. Because Ayade was stepping back, wasn't closing up with his Callum Wake there. That was so poor from him. Newly signed, should be doing better. Maybe he's just adjusting to his new environment, but Shooting Stars are still coming forward now. Galifake, right hand side, will look to strike one with a cross. Doesn't do that, would now look to beat his man. Monsor rolling it to the left hand side to find Olakunle Ayola. Akala, I beg your pardon. Desmond now in possession for the Oluyole Warriors. Desmond sends it long. Monsor now. Monsor with a diagonal ball trying to find Galifake, who knows the ball to Lucky Emmanuel. Okafor defending really good. Throwing Shooting Stars. Train is taken. Lucky Emmanuel.
I think another thing I need to note is it's almost looking like the Shooting Stars players at the moment don't have full fitness capacity. The way Sporting Lagos players seem to just be able to run and glide away from them, it's looking like a fitness problem. In the game against Ikorodu City some time back in pre-season, after first 30 minutes, it looked like they were already jet lagged, for lack of a better word. And the Ikorodu City players just strolled past them. They played against Imperial as well in pre-season. Imperial Football Club, which is a side that plays in the TCC, and they ran over them as well. So I think it's a problem that Shooting Stars need to get fixed. At the moment, it's not a cry, but at the end of the day, it might become something to worry about.
Something to worry about now for Sporting Lagos would be a corner kick, but the corner kick would not come through after the assistant referee one had flagged offside against the Oluyole Warriors. So it means the possession of the ball will be for Sporting Lagos. Give us Sundowns or Madrid. 3S is not our level again. David Ashley. Victor Edima says Continental way go sweet. Now from Valley Jet Cup you go know.
Painful. Love it.
Peak Music 5271 says nice commentary. Thank you, appreciate that. Salah Wapayemi says banter aside, Sporting Lagos are playing good football. Kudos to Jeffrey. Shooting Stars now. Long one, cross coming. Lucky Manuel. Again and again and again. The technicality in terms of ball striking from Shooting Stars in this game hasn't really been good enough. In comparison with Sporting Lagos, who do not really need to strike the ball a lot. Striking one was Kalio, good effort, but easily just pegging the ball into the back of the net was the man who scored the first goal, Joel.
I think it's all about picking their moments, and that's what Sporting Lagos are doing. Just build carefully, pass and wear out the marking from Shooting Stars. Just make them get tired, and before you know, they progress from defense into attack. The space is there, and they pick the moment to strike the ball. They don't just shoot anyhow. I'm not saying Shooting Stars are shooting anyhow anyways, but they've sliced their effort too many times. I think the technical ability is poor in terms of finishing, and something that needs to be worked on the training ground now by Ali Coundil, as Aguero is not there any longer. And they need to also get a head coach fast if he's to instill anything in terms of his style of play in these boys. But for Sporting Lagos, it's about picking the right moments really and hit the target rather than just shooting every time.
40 minutes on the clock. Sporting Lagos ahead in this Southwest Derby of the Valley Jet pre-season tournament. 2 goals to the goods. The referee has played advantage for Shooting Stars. Mansour Galifaki. Free kick for Shooting Stars. They've taken it. Now finding the ball to Lucky Emmanuel for a chance to strike at goal is Desmond. Intricate passes now. Dalatu again. A goal kicker. And 1 minute you would think that was going to be a corner kick. Mansour. Flicked on by Dalatu. Bayade is there to pick up the pieces of the ball for Sporting Lagos. Okafor to Valentine Ugu. Aliyu. Another good pass from Aliyu. Finding the first goal scorer for today's game. Aliyu again. The cut back. But still Sporting Lagos. Joel Ajibola did well on that previous occasion. Dalatu winning possession for his side. Locating the ball to Jamiu Hamzat. Back now for Kalun Weke. Kalun Weke is spotted with jersey number 10. If you are with jersey number 10, you don't strike a football that way the previous time you did. Gali Fake away now, coming forward, still Shooting Stars. Tahir's ball poor, allowing Sporting Lagos to own possession now. And the dribble was really good there. That is an highlight reel. Oh boy, Valentine Ugu. I said he's really tidy in possession. He rarely loses the ball. I'll pick that one out. Our production team, 42 minutes on the clock. That dribble must be on every social media reels. Boy, Okafor. Now for Sporting Lagos, Kelvin Unege. That free kick Sporting Lagos. Oh, they've been playing really, really good football.
It was asleep, but you could explain Taya. Lost his foot in there, Akala, Olakunle, but good work from Valentine. Just made it easy. And the way he just drifted away from Akala made it look like, na me do am, na me run am. But either way, it's great work from Sporting Lagos. And Shooting Stars, Tahir hasn't had more joy on the left. He's had to come to the right-hand side now to see if he's going to get past. But Shooting Stars have somehow found a way to get into the box on the right-hand side. But the final ball, the delivery has been the problem.
Has been poor. Extremely, extremely poor. But not poor in this game has been Sporting Lagos. Valentine Ugu coming forward now, who is looking to mark him. Aliyu! The step over on the ball. Well, maybe it's easy to say that these Sporting Lagos players know themselves very well, even with the fact that some newly players are in the mix here. The style of play is really evident. That is what I say about football multiple times. Win, lose or draw, I want to say the style of play. How are you playing? Baval, Kalu, Tahir Abubakar. Sporting Lagos looking to defend this one. And we've got the cross coming in from Gali Fake. Tahir amounts to nothing there. Back down for Gali Fake. Sleeps one more time, but still in possession. Kalun Weke, Dalatu. Rolling it to the far left-hand side. Now for a chance! But straight into the hands of Usman Mohammed. We will take his time.
He should be flashing that one across the face of goal on the ground and not trying to score directly from there. I think Shooting Stars, in terms of their final delivery and build-up, we've said it a number of times, have been very poor. But full marks to Sporting Lagos. They do know themselves. Jeffrey Boutte has had some time to instill what he wants in his players. They camped here at Remo Star Stadium, I think about 2 weeks ago or so, for a couple of times, and brought in new players and just gave Jeffrey a lot of time to build and instill what he wants to play in the players. And I think so far the talent is evident. These players are coachable, malleable, and they are ready to learn, and they are showing all the things that they've been learning on the training ground.
They are indeed showing it. All of the things they've learned on the training ground. Coming forward again, Valentine Ugu. Delaying his run was Joel Ajibola, and rightly so. He's been caught for offside. 45 minutes on the clock. We are now into additional time of the first half, which has been an enjoyable one. But that will be that after 45 minutes of football, breathtaking action from the two teams. The dribbles have come. The goals have also come. Two of them, one off the boot of Joel Ajibola before Khalil scored a brilliant pitch of a goal. Heading into the break, Shooting Stars 0, Sporting Lagos 2. End of the first 45 minutes. We would catch you for the second half of this game. So we're back for the second 45 minutes of this game. First half saw Joel Ajibola and Kalio scoring for Sporting Lagos for a 2-0 lead heading into the break. Sporting Lagos would look to extend their lead. Shooting Stars will look to come back in this game. For Shooting Stars, they've got all to do in this fixture. Just again, so just joining the broadcast, it is still the first match day of match day 2, 2026 Valley Jet pre-season tournament. Shooting Stars 0, Sporting Lagos 2. Samuel Bamishabi is still here in terms of color commentary as Shooting Stars will look to get back into the game. Fouled. There was Tari Abubakar. Shooting Stars coming forward now. Tari Abubakar. Sadiq Ibrahim owning possession. Just relinquish that to the Sporting Lagos, who wins a free kick of their own on this one. A free kick won there by Kelvin Unenge after a foul from Mansour Aliyu. Sporting Lagos now. The pass was poor. Kalun Weke now in possession. Forward this time. Still they come from the right hand side. But the cross is easily into the hands of Usman Mohammed. Second 45 minutes, Samuel. What are we expecting? Sporting Lagos to extend their lead. Shooting Stars to possibly make a comeback?
Well, Shooting can come back if they do the needful, if they play together as a unit. When I say play together as a unit, I mean when in possession, when out of possession. They need to move and constantly be opening up. That's the difference between these two sides. Sporting Lagos get the ball. Everyone's moving together. Shooting Stars get the ball. They are far away from each other. And that's the problem. They need to be closer to each other.
Closer to each other, but that effort from Shooting Stars just went fizzling wide from Lucky Emmanuel. Tari Abubakar also involved. Sporting Lagos would look to build out from the back one more time. Usman Mohammed just lost that, allowing Shooting Stars to own possession for themselves. Back all the way to Mustafa, goalkeeper, Shooting Stars. The Shooting Stars boys are really defending smart in their way. Ball back to Usman Mohammed. Goalkeeper who has Yade in company. They are not rushing it. Jeffrey Butte has spoken to the boys, and you would see maybe some couple of changes in their build-up from the back. Yade going forward now. Free kick, Sporting Lagos. After we saw Valentine Ugu being impeded while trying to go forward. Has been tidy in his possession, like we said, all game, all commentary. Welcome back to every one of you guys on the stream. We appreciate you for using your data to be a part of this production. I mean, many people do so many things for the love of football.
Mike, love of football. What is one of the craziest things you think you've done for football?
I'm trying. Okay, I think I told my mom that I was going to Lagos. Meanwhile, I was going on a 14 hours road trip to Uyo. Then my mom called me. We've not even gone to Oriye. My mom called. Oh, are you guys in Lagos? I said yes. We're in Lagos. We're already in the hotel. I said we thank God for safe journey. Oh boy, I never even reached Benin. The funny thing, when we got to Port Harcourt, I was told that there were robbery ahead of us, so we had to sleep in Port Harcourt. Yeah, I think that was like 10 years or 9 years ago. I think that was the start of journalism. But we thank God for, did they say growth? As from moving via bus to Uyo to see the Super Eagles to using the flight, so to say. But Sporting Lagos back in the groove, in flight of moving the ball, impeded. Straight, referee says no problem with that. Dalatu with own possession, dribbling his man. Still in possession, referee has called out back. Free kick, shooting stars, quickly taken. Rolling the ball diagonal to the right hand side, control well by Galifaki. Galifaki owning possession for Shooting Stars now. Now 15 minutes on the clock, still Shooting Stars with Dalatu rolling it to find Kalunweke. Newly signed Kalunweke dribbling one, stepping up to shoot. He does shoot, what a save! My goodness. Yesterday, all game we talk about the goal or the save of the tournament. Maybe we've seen one now. Usman Mohamed has shown that he really can play the football with his feet and also with his hands as being a goalkeeper. Another long range shot, deep in. But Usman Mohamed again right on cue. How good of a save was that?
Mike, I thought that was flying into the top corner. It looked destined for the top corner. But that save was really, really brilliant. And his height helped him.
Tahir Abubakar saved one more time. Usman Mohamed up against Tahir Abubakar. Two men from the north on the south soil giving us moment football magic.
Wow. Even though I felt Tahir could have done better with the finishing there, he had time to pick the angle. And against a goalkeeper who's got long hands like this, you need to be as clinical as possible.
Clinical is what Shooting Stars are trying to do here. But the referee says that attempt from a set piece situation that wasn't clinical enough, but instead was a foul against Sporting Lagos. Look at that save again, boy! Kalunweke thought he would be getting his debut goal for Shooting Stars. Same as Tahir Abubakar, but Usman Mohamed again and again. Two saves inside 2 minutes from this goalkeeper, who is showing that yes, he really can rival the #1 goalkeeper of Sporting Lagos. Akot.
I think the competition for #1 in Sporting Lagos is going to be very, very huge. You've got Ebenezer Harcourt, who was there last season and even the season before. And then Lawani played more games last year. Clinton Lawani, who's now with the under-20 that lost in the final to Burkina Faso yesterday. But hey, you've got Lawani, you've got Harcourt, and now you've got Usman.
Well, the first 7 minutes of this game has been all about Shooting Stars. Just like they did in the first half, maybe Sporting Lagos would have to score against the run of play one more time. But it appears now that Shooting Stars have upped the ante as they send the ball now to Tahir Abubakar, who wants to dip another one. Usman Mohamed is right on cue. Referee will pause play to attend to the player down on the turf. While the referee pauses play, we would check through our YouTube one more time. We spoke about our viewers using their data for the love of football, and there is Pick Music saying that una suppose wrong giveaway. And Multi-Man says, Mike Depondi, the Twitter blocker, small talk, you don't block person. Yes, if you say rubbish on my space, I get to block you, and there is no gainsaying about that. The AZ294 says, let's go Sporting. Destiny 219 says, why he carry ball go up? He better ground ball. Now better ground ball. Okay. Destiny, are you a footballer? Tamana Johnson says, Tama Kalio, one more goal. I am here because of you. Well, it appears like the goal scorer of the first goal for the day, Joel Ajibola, might not be able to continue. He is limping. The medics of Sporting Lagos would attend to him. The referee would make drop ball. Salah Wakwayemi says Sporting Lagos is a Gen Z team. And there is Abatek saying that Shooting Stars have to convert their big chances into goals. More than 5 clear chances and none has even found the back of the net. You can do better, guys. Up Shooting Stars. Multi-man says, unblock me, I help you for Owe one time. Voila. Jesus Christ, man. Thank you for the help. But unblocking you, we'll think about that. I try to have sanity on my Twitter space. That is why you would see me block so many. I mean, if I don't like your take, your opinion, I'll just block you so that I don't abuse you. It's good to block than having fought and back in terms of abuse. But fought and back on the pitch is Shooting Stars and Sporting Lagos. First 10 minutes of the second half, I've seen Shooting Stars have a very, very big share of a possession. Referee has now given a free kick to the Shooting Stars team. Young Al-Arji says, make coach bring in today Aziz. Chaik Online says, live from Australia. Really good. Good to see that anyone around the world can watch these broadcasts. That is why the Value Jet Cup remains one of the top preseason tournaments in the country. As proudly sponsored by Nigeria's finest airline company, Value Jet.
I think I've got a question for the Sporting Lagos fans who are watching this broadcast. Tell us which of the nicknames you prefer more, because there's been a little bit of debate. People say, oh, they want to use the Tech Boys. Some people say they want to use they like the Noisy Lagosians. And I see in the comment section, everybody's saying Noisy Lagosians. And you seem to be happy and embracing it. So, Sporting Lagos fans, what do you say? Tech Boys? The Techies? Whatever you want to call it? Or the Noisy Lagosians? To me, I feel that's symbolic and it's not in a negative way, if you ask me. But nonetheless, I think they make a lot of noise in the stands and they're doing the same thing on the pitch. Good noise, as a matter of fact. 2 goals against Shooting Stars. Top quality goals. Good saves as well. They have every right to make any noise they want to make. Really, please, just go ahead and make the noise, guys. It's been a good game from Sporting Lagos so far.
We're now approaching the hour mark, just 2 minutes shy of that. Usman Mohammed is not shy to go long for Sporting Lagos. Now Sporting Lagos are beginning to play their style of football. Just as in the first half where Shooting Stars really pressed them, had many opportunities, but they maintained their cool. Maybe now another goal might just be coming for the Sporting Lagos team. Maybe they've got a theme for the first half and second half. And they come, like I mentioned, this time around, defending really hard, but not enough. Sporting Lagos striking the ball. Kevin Unenge not good enough, off target. Now, Shooting Stars, Kalun Wiki for Dalatu. Dalatu now winning possession. Tai Abubakar. Long, diagonal, meets no one. Meets Kalun Wiki this time, Galifake. Sadiq Ibrahim, shot one, trying to find Tari Abubakar. Sporting Lagos defending very good. Now they would look to quickly break. They do break now. Rolling it to quickly find Kevin Nenge. Kevin Nenge eyeball to eyeball with his fullback to make do with. But first coming through now, Aliyu It's been pulled, but referee says that was too soft. Sammy feels it should have been a penalty, but I think it's too soft.
I'll need to have another look at that. But from first view, he turned his marker very, very well and looked like he got a pullback. I don't think there's any reason that shouldn't be given as a penalty, except when we get to see the replays. But first look, it looked like he turned very well and it was about to be through on goal. We'll have another look at that in a moment.
Tari Abubakar for Shooting Stars. Back to Desmond. Desmond really needs to Mansour. Mansour will go all the way to the right hand side to find Galifaki. Now Galifaki brings the shot. Kalun Weke. Dalatu. Sporting Lagos defending real good. Unenge has lost possession. Free kick. Shooting Stars. Well, we've got two players down on the deck. One is Kalun Weke. The medics of Shooting Stars are back on the pitch to quickly attend to their own player. With 61 minutes of football played, the second 45 minutes, does it appear like we're going to see another goal in this game, Samuel?
Well, I don't think we are far from it. I think the goal will still come eventually. I think maybe one more goal or maybe two. But I expect that Shooting Stars and maybe Sporting Lagos should score another goal. But here's that chance again. Yeah, look at Aliyu, right, guiding the defender. He's currently out of the box, trying to make his way in. Looked like a pull on the shoulder, and it's on the line, so that should be a penalty. But, well, referee score really. It's 50-50 from where I stand.
Well, we've got every individuals, so many people on the stream from anywhere you are in the world. You can check through. Lucky Emmanuel is back on his feet, same as Kalun Weke. We've got Senator SB saying, watching live from Maiduguri. I appreciate the tournament. We appreciate you too for tuning into the broadcast. We do also have the AZ294 watching from Surulere. Watching from Anambra is Isa Mudashigu. Well, we also have an individual watching from Indian. I'm trying to quickly pick the name of the individual watching us live from India. Well, Salawu Okpayemi says, Mike, please, who is the standing coach of Shooting Stars? Help us check their bench. Well, when I made a tweet about Shooting Stars getting set to sack their coach, I mentioned on that tweet to say that Ali Kandi will continue for now. Yes, Ali Kandi will continue. But Shooting Stars, I can confirm, are in the process of having a new coach. I will try to have that on a tweet. But Sporting Lagos are coming forward now to try and find a third goal. The Shooting Stars fans can be calm as possible. A new coach would be in for their CAF Confederation Cup campaign. That is 100% sure.
See, that's something you get from the Value Jet Club, Value Jet Cup. Exclusives. Exclusive now, water for this place. Especially when you have Mike the Pundit here and you get some of the other big journalists coming in at some time. Undisputed J-Sam joins the broadcast at some time as well. So, hey, exclusive now, water. You heard it here first. Don't go and tweet and say, if you tweet, put your source there. Mike the Pundit on Value Jet Cup. Shooting Stars will have a new coach coming soon. But Ali Kandi is on the bench today alongside the other assistants who are still there. So, yeah, we expect that they get a coach very quickly so he can also come and maybe make some establishment and put some things in order ahead of the Confederations Cup games.
Well, we've got Timothy Menga saying, watching live from Benue State. Watching live from Mowe is Anya Ujon. Abe Ayomide is watching live from Ado-Ekiti. And this India man is back. Now, India, they watch from Young Al-Aji. Nah, I doubt that. Nah, I doubt that. Watching from Sambisa Forest, Sadiq. Sporting Lagos, you're... Okay, we would go away from the comment session. We've got over 300 individuals watching us live. Thank you so much for being a part. We will take some other YouTube comment later in the broadcast. But the comment, if you need any, is to check to the left-hand side of this broadcast. It is still Shooting Stars nil, Sporting Lagos 2, 65 minutes of action gone. As action has switched to the left-hand side to quickly find Tari Abubakar, whose dribbling infield has been stopped by the Sporting Lagos defenders. Shooting Stars, but the flag has been raised for an offside. Shooting Stars has made a substitution. Albert Cover is now on the pitch. Albert Cover knows this pitch very well. Played for Remo Stars. Right on this patch. Cover now, looking to dribble.
Just does a little too much. I mean, he's just coming on, so yeah, he's not gotten into the flow of the game yet. More like saying he dribbled himself right there, but Sporting Lagos will be happy and glad about that because they get the free kick now to play out from the back. It's been a very quiet start to the second half, bar the period that Shooting Stars dominated for like 5-10 minutes. But since then, they've not been able to score during their high press. So I think one thing Shooting Stars will be able to do is ensure they score during that period that they have dominance in the game. They had dominance in the first half before Sporting Lagos scored. They didn't score. And now Sporting scored 2. Now again, they've had dominance and they didn't score anymore. So Sporting Lagos have somehow come into the game again. And there's no steam for Shooting Stars.
Maybe Albert Cover can bring the steam now for Shooting Stars. Albert gets the cut back. A chance for Shooting Stars now. Cut back was good. Effort also maybe better. But throwing now won by the Shooting Stars team. Albert Cover newly signed, also announced some 48 hours ago. Takes the train very fast. Taufik Otani also now on the pitch for the Shooting Stars team. Pass intercepted there by Sporting Lagos. They are not bothered. On paper, the Shooting Stars team appears very stacked. Maybe coaching is the problem. Abel sacked now.
Mike, I think it's beyond the coaching. Yes, there's a coaching problem. Maybe for now that you say there's no coach and they're trying to go into a transition phase where the coach is not there, the assistant is taking over, and the coach will still, another coach will come into the team again. But even while the former coach was still there, the games they played before in preseason, they lost almost everything. So I think it's a huge part of a coaching problem that needs to be solved in terms of identity, in terms of how they want to play. Goodbye for them. You said fully stacked. They've got a lot of big players in terms of names. But what about the quality that they are bringing? I see Otani Taufik here. Good. He had a good time at Rivers United last season. And it's almost as if it's just names so far. Because they haven't been able to prove any metal. They've had chances. And those big names couldn't score. So what then shall it profit you to have good names if you don't score a goal?
Well, interesting news are coming from Ibadan, where we understand that Nuwide Awero had some couple of radio interviews today, speaking that the management were the problem in which Shooting Stars are now performing. Well, so many behind the scene exclusive stories as regards why Nuwide Awero was made to leave the Shooting Stars job. But sources have informed that we keep the stories short this time. So maybe one of these days we'll try to make an exclusive video trying to explain situation of things. And that is if a source would permit us to do so. Sporting Lagos. Ball to the left-hand side. The referee is having words with the Shooting Stars player, and he says to him that you have to leave the pitch first. Dry start to the first 10 minutes of the second half. It's been a bit drab in the last 10 minutes, I must add. But that is not to take anything away from this Southwest Derby fixture of this Valley Jet pre-season tournament. It's been good football from the two teams. For Shooting Stars, lacking great deal in the final third. For Sporting Lagos, are showing a bit of defensive frailties. But Shooting Stars not taking that into account. Sporting Lagos now. Possession is good. Still Sporting Lagos. But the defending from Shooting Stars. Unlucky Emmanuel. Really needs all the way back. Goal kick is to be taken now by Usman Mohammed. Shooting Stars now with an opportunity. Really need to quickly bring in play Albert Cover. Callum Weke. Desmond. Mansour Ali. Sporting Lagos stealing the ball away from the feet of the Shooting Stars player. Still Sporting. Now the substituted man, Chukura. Rolling it back now to Usman Mohammed. Nasir Abdullahi has also been substituted on. Chukura now for the Sporting Lagos team. Possession is picked up by Valentine Ugu. Intercepted, but back now to Valentine Ugu, who owns it. Defending is Mansour Ali. Sporting Lagos defending now is Ayuade, who heads it back. A keeper sweeper positioning from Usman Mohammed, who has got in company his own midfielder, Nasir. Midfield positioning now from Sporting Lagos. But Nasir thought his own teammate will be making a run down the left-hand side. Mustafa has quickly come all out. Dipping deep is Desmond, who now has the captain's armband. I guess Galifaki has been substituted. Substituted Galifaki. Captain's armband now for Shooting Stars is with Desmond, who owns possession now. Rolls it to Mansour Aliyu, who has rode the ball now to quickly try and find it. Mansour yet again in possession. Desmond. A good dribble there, coming off by Issa Yusuf, newly signed. And that appears we will be having a yellow card. And the first to Daniel Abo. The yellow card would be for Usman Manji, I beg your pardon. Mansour Ali. Justice. Issa Yusuf. Offside called against Shooting Stars positional play. So Sporting Lagos would have an opportunity to regroup and start play from the back one more time. There would be plenty of substitution from the Shooting Stars team. Close to 4 changes that Tunde Aziz is coming on. There is also Bola Gade Adilowo coming on. For Sporting Lagos, they would make a substitution. Usman Mohamed had a very, very good game. Uche Uzochukwu would come on. Coming on would also be Odushina Olasukomi. Adigun Lukman would also be coming on. And that's the beauty of the preseason, whereby you had the opportunity to make rapid changes. Earlier at the draws, we mentioned that teams will be allowed 10 substitutions to be able to see some players to get used to their teammates. Would this substitution with the last quarter of the game to play, would it hamper how we want to see the game out? Or this will be the final scoreline?
Well, one of the fans called for the introduction of Tunde Aziz, and he's got it now. There's also been introduction of Kamal Adegoke, who many see as one of the best players from the previous season. He had a very good season with Shooting Stars, so he's back on the pitch now. Bola Gade as well, defender, is also here. So it's left to be seen how they play, really, because it's just more experience for experience in terms of Shooting Stars. And, well, maybe it will give us something in this final quarter of the game, and hopefully another goal, because I think we need another goal now. We seem a little bit starved. But yeah, I think the game should liven up a little bit more now and maybe just open up in terms of space.
Opening up in terms of space. Sporting Lagos are looking to defend this one against the Shooting Stars team, who has got an opportunity to reduce the deficit. Albert Cover struggling. Sporting Lagos center circle. The free kick has now been won by the Sporting Lagos. Our new goalkeeper that has just been substituted on, Uche Uzochukwu. How confident really is Jeffrey Butse to think this game is done and dusted to be able to substitute his goalkeeper? I mean, you're leading 2-0. Usman Mohamed has made a couple of saves, and you've got the mind to substitute your goalkeeper because maybe you think that is it, game's over, set. Entering the 80-minute mark. Shooting Stars 0, Sporting Lagos 2. That is what we are on presently. Shooting Stars coming from the left back position now. Bola Gade sensing a diagonal to the right hand side. Issa Yusuf doesn't pick it, but would only pick the ball for a throw in. The throw in is taken real fast. Back to Issa Yusuf. A good position in Kalin Weke. Coming now. Our shooting stars. Albert Cover loses the ball again for a throw into Sporting Lagos. The first touch was really nice, but it could only touch the ball against the Shooting Stars now coming forward with Albert Cover. Can he keep the ball in play? He does keep the ball in play. His pass was wayward. A foul throw there. Sporting Lagos are looking to come through the half of justice positioning. A free kick now against the Shooting Stars team. Desmond has been adjudged to have fouled Taufik Otani rather. Has been adjudged to have fouled this man. Sporting Lagos still coming forward, looking to get a third goal that would give them a 3 point. But even without the third goal, they are well poised for all 3 points in this game. Taufik Otani gets the ball for justice.
Oh, sure. Okay, okay.
A sincere plea for that break in, very short break in transmission, I must add. We are now back live.
I mean, Mike, Shooting Stars will currently go to bottom of the pile as it stands, because if we are to use the separation techniques, the tiebreakers, no goal scored for Shooting Stars. On goal difference is both a -2 for them and Remo Stars, but total goal score, Remo Stars has one. So which means Shooting Stars will be bottom of the table as it stands. It's just one game played. There's another game to come by 2 p.m. today, and that is going to be Doma United playing their first ever game at the Value J Cup against the Rangers International. Will be playing their second game in this edition, and then they'll be by 4 p.m. Abia Smart City. So Doma Rangers 2 p.m. same station. You know how to catch us, guys. We'll bring that one to you again.
Shooting Stars still coming forward in what should be a consolation goal if they can get one, or if they can just turn this game on its head by getting 2 quick fire goals. But they've got a very good pass now. Issa Yusuf! It's too hard for a cross, and that has gone off the pitch. Justice winning possession now for Shooting Stars. Kalun Weke, good checking of the opponent's half now. Sporting Lagos. Sporting Lagos are now looking at a scene of this game. We've got less than 120 seconds of the regulation time to play. It is still Shooting Stars who are 2 goals down against Sporting Lagos. As it stands, Sporting Lagos would have 6 points from a possible 6, 2 games, 2 wins, 5 goals scored, just 1 conceded, and top of the pile.
I think Sporting Lagos are poised to go far in the competition. When you have 2 wins like this, you have a very, very high chance of making it into the last 4. And what that means is you fight for a place either in the final and maybe even win the tournament, because so far of the few teams that we've watched, I think 5 teams now that we've watched in the competition, they look to be the most interesting side that we've seen. They look to be the most interesting side that we've seen in the competition.
Shooting Stars now coming forward. Chance. Side stepping one, side stepping the second. They cross to the back post. It's heavy. Now Sporting Lagos would have an opportunity to clear their lines. 90 minutes on the clock. Shooting Stars nil, Sporting Lagos nil. We await what would be the additional time from the 4th official of this game. 2 minutes additional time. 2 minutes for Sporting Lagos to see out this game at a 2-0 win. 2 minutes also for Shooting Stars to get 2 goals. Maybe that will not be enough. Sporting Lagos fans might begin to jubilate for another 3 points. at this ValueJet preseason tournament. Justice for Shooting Stars. Albert Culver, well, formerly of Remo Stars, cutting infield, finding his own teammate. Justice now owning possession. Shooting Stars from the right hand side now, low cross. It will come as a corner kick for Shooting Stars. Now this corner kick might appear to be their final chance. Final roll of the dice from the Oluyole Warriors has been handled by Ali Kandu. There is no Nurudin Awero after a sacking by the Shooting Stars management. A corner kick from the far left hand side. Corner kick routine, poor. Sporting Lagos will look to clear and see out the game. But maybe they can actually get a final third goal here. It's 2-on-3. Sporting Lagos coming forward now. I really need to quickly bring in play Daniel. Daniel will right to cut one. Shoot. It's deflected away by the Shooting Stars team. And that would be that after 92 minutes of breathtaking football. Shooting Stars have lost the bragging rights in this Southwest Derby in the Preseason Cup Tournament ValueJet 2026 against Sporting Lagos. Sporting Lagos with goals from Joel Ajibola and a debut goal from Khalil has seen the Tech Boys from Lagos in Ikenne winning by 2-0 against the Oluyole Warriors. And that is that. It has finished full time from the Remo Stars Stadium in Ikenne in our first game of match day 2. Sporting Lagos go top of the table with 6 points from a possible 6. 5 goals scored, just 1 conceded. And as you can see on your screen, full time Shooting Stars 0, Sporting Lagos 2, Joel Ajibola on the score sheet 15 minutes, Tamuno Khalil on the score sheet in the 26th minute. And that is the size of our broadcast today. We will catch you at 2 p.m. for a game between Duma United and Rangers International. My name is Mike Jeremy Avan, Mike the Pundit. I've done this alongside Samuel Bamishebi on commentary. We would see you with a game for afternoon schedule.